Okay, so excuse the current state of my sewing room. This is the situation with the collar for the shirt that I am working on for 1918. I am using a Western shirt because there's not really a lot of difference from shirts for men in 1918 compared with now. And I really didn't want to have a lot of issues with having to draft a pattern from scratch in an era that I'm not really familiar with. So I went with a modern shirt. So this is the collar that I initially drafted. It came out pretty well. It is, however, about 2 inches shorter than what it needs to be for the person that I'm making the shirt for, that person being my brother. So what I did is I went in, finished off the seams with whip stitch. I did the center seam with an English stitch, just because that way I knew that it would sit really nicely. I followed the instructions and I did interpiecing with it. And then I did a test fitting on my brother, and he doesn't like the collar. It's 1 inch too short on either side. So then I just have gone in and recut the collar. And this one is not going to have interfacing in it, for one. And then I was having to work on scraps from the shirt that I had left over. So one piece is on the bias, one isn't. It's not really going to matter that much, I don't think, because my brother is going to use this as a work shirt. It's going to be ripped to shreds in about 6 months, if we're going to be perfectly honest, which is fine. You know, it's my first shirt. It's a practice shirt. We're just going to roll with it. So I tried to cut it out quite a bit bigger than the current collar was measuring at. And all I can do at this point is hope and pray that it works. And if necessary, piecing is historical. So that is where we are for this. And this, by the way, all the straps I have left for the shirt. So I'm really hoping that the new collar pieces are going to fit. So I started the shirt for my brother in August of 2022. It is now Thanksgiving week 2022 at the end of November. And because our area just got a significant snowstorm, my brother really wants the shirt done. However, there is a problem. I got the snaps entirely on, and every snap was put on. I am having a problem with the button band. No less than 3 snaps fell off, and I was making sure that they lined up and would close appropriately. And this is where you follow the directions for anything exactly once. So, in following the directions, I did exactly as they told me for the button band. I put interfacing in. The problem is that I used the 3/8 inch hem allowance for the interfacing that they recommended, and that is too much. And that is why I'm having such a time with the snaps not cooperating for me. So today, I made a trip to Joann Fabrics. And we have more snaps. And I also picked up a pair of snap pliers because I was hammering them all in. And I'm thinking that the pliers are going to be a little bit easier to work with on this. So, in order to fix this, there's absolutely nothing that I can do except take off all the snaps remaining on here, on this button band, unpick it from this side, I think, trim out the seam allowances that are creating the problem. I'm thinking just down to 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. And then we sew it back on. I don't see another way out of this problem with the button band. And that took so much less time than I thought it was going to. I used this snap tool by Dritz, not sponsored, and I was able to put 3 snaps on in about 5 seconds. I was using the metal tool and hammer to do the snaps initially, and it just wasn't appropriate for flannel. So when in doubt, make sure you have the right tool before you wind up having to completely rip out your work. And she is done. Or should I say he, because it's a shirt for my brother. At any rate, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and this is Lucy Town Designs, signing out on another project.